What's up, guys? Anthony here, Hawkeye Traders. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Want to talk about some recent upswings and downswings here in the light sweet crude market. As many of you know, I run a program called Big Energy Profits. And in that program, the primary indicator that I'm using is Hawkeye. So I want to talk about Hawkeye a little bit. I want to talk about, how this is employed and what purpose it serves, and how we were able to capture a piece of this upside move, and we've already taken profits on this downside move here. And it really comes down to basic price action, which is what we teach at Hawkeye Traders, and the implementation of volume-based indicators. So you can see here we were really kind of in a somewhat of a strong uptrend here. But what are we looking for? We're looking for rising interest, right? We're looking for who's in control. Okay, are the buyers in control? Are the sellers in control? And then we're going to take that volume analysis and we're going to pair it with price action, right? So if we have a full understanding of what's happening, when it's happening, why it's happening, and ultimately who's in control, we really can focus in on what the next opportunity may present, or when it may be presented, more importantly. So you can see here, we had some selling and some indecision, right? This is indecision. This sucks. Okay, we'll just call it what it is. It's undesirable price action. If you're trying to trade from May to July, it is awful. And I can tell you, seasonally, trading crude oil now for about a dozen years, the summer months are not always the most ideal. They're just not. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They can be more difficult to navigate. This particular market does not typically trend well during that May, June, July, August period. Maybe not so much during May, but definitely June, July, and August, tougher months to navigate more significant moves. Listen, the fact of the matter is, if you are not capturing a trending market, you're going to have a great deal of pain and suffering trying to be a profitable trader. You're going to get beat up here, and it is going to be a very unpleasant experience. So unpleasant that you're not going to desire to take the next trade when it comes along. And when it came along, it really came along beautifully, right? So notice here, as the price is banging back and forth, what do we have? Mixed volume. Right? We got red bars, we got green bars, we got gray bars, we have indecision, we have some buying, we have some selling. It's awful. It's terrible. There's nothing here that makes me super excited about trying to partake in this price action. Right? I mean, look at it. Just for this area here down to this area here, I mean, it really just doesn't give me any excitement to say, hey, I'm super interested in trying to trade this. Just not. I'm getting rejection up here. I'm getting rejection down here. But I am interested when I break out. What do things look like, right? When price breaks out of this consolidation period here, what do we notice? Increasing buying volume, right? See these candles here? Higher, 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 right? Increasing buying volume. Now, who steps in? The sellers. What do? What was once resistance is now retested to be considered support. So price now supports with higher volume that there's a pretty good chance that there's a rally in store. Okay, doesn't mean the market's going to parabolically run higher, but it does mean that there's a pretty good chance that we may see price push a little higher. So now what am I doing? I'm looking to dial in my analysis, right? I'm looking to say, hey, where can the buyers and sellers, where have they transacted that one has really gained a great deal of control, right? The sellers pushed back into here on the retest, and they could not go any lower. The buyers came back in. More buying volume continued to step in. So to me, I know that this area, if this area holds, it's a key area to support price action to ultimately go higher from here. And that's really what happened. We took what would be considered a fairly classic pullback here, right? We set some lower highs. We had some buying come in. And right here on this candle, what happened? We broke out. So here's the breakout of consolidation. Here's the retest of consolidation. Here comes the buying volume. Okay? The market just keeps going higher, 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 higher until we hit an apex, a climax, whatever you want to call it, an area where now, guess who's in control? The sellers, right? So we start that process now again, and we go, all right, well, right here, the sellers have stepped in. And what am I looking for now? Well, when are the buyers going to step back in? Right here, right? The buyers will not let price go any lower. What happened here? We had a change in volume. And then what transpires here? Again, another round of high volume. Here's that pullback. Right? Here's our pullback. Nice. Here's our floor. Nice. And here we go. What's increasing? Volume. Notice how that volume continued to increase until we climaxed right here. We had some selling come in again. We pushed through the selling, big buying bar, and then we had this selling bar come in. This is something that we refer to at Hawkeye as a red top. It means that a topping candle has placed opposing volume compared to what the overall trend was doing. So, we had a low, we had a higher low, and then ultimately we had high, higher high, higher high, and then we started to break that. We set a high here, and then we start to set a new lower high, right? So here's our high, and then we set a new lower high here. And what started to pop up? Rising selling volume, right? It's so important for you to take a look down here, and the Hawkeye tools make it very easy for you to identify who's in control. So we were climbing, buying, and then we ran out of steam, and now we're climbing in volume, selling. Well, what happened here, right? We found our area where the buyers can't go higher. Here's our area of correction, right? So here's our ascending lows on the short-term basis. Here's where the market breaks out. Right here is where that volume starts to pick up again. Notice the volume keeps going higher. As the volume's increasing, what's happening? The pace of the sell-off is also increasing. So guys, it's vital to have an understanding of two things if you want to know with some deal of certainty what's about to happen next. And those things are price action, volume. Those are the only two components that you can pair together to get a picture of what is likely to transpire next. You could put a MACD on here. You could put relative strength. You could put moving averages. There are hundreds, thousands of indicators out there. With the exception of price action paired with volume, everything is printed based on lagging information, right? So if we want to be ahead of the curve, the way to do that is to understand price action and to have access to tools that analyze volume specifically. And that's exactly what we do and what we offer here at Hawkeye. What transpired here? Same scenario, right? We came to an area where buyers and sellers kind of fought it out. The buyers couldn't go any higher. The sellers regained control. What did we do? Came in, pulled back. More selling volume picked up, right? Look at that big increase of selling volume. As we tried to push higher, ran out of steam, and guess what we did? Fell out of bed. Now, at Big Energy Profits, we took a nice chunk out of this run to the upside, and we've taken chunks out of this run to the downside. Why? Because we understand two things: price action and volume. Understanding those two components, I don't care if it's a 3-minute chart, if it's a daily chart, a monthly chart. None of that matters to me. Who's in control, buyers or sellers? And what is the price action telling us? Impulsing, correcting, consolidating. These are things we need to know and be able to fully identify. We've been together for 10 minutes. What you should have learned in 10 minutes took me years to understand. If you want to learn more about how you can apply all of this to your own trading, there's a bunch of links below. I encourage you to click on them, consume the content, reach out to myself, reach out to my team at Hawkeye, ask your questions. We'll be certainly happy to answer any questions that you have. And if you are ready to step forward in your trading career, if you're ready to employ and understand price action and volume, the two things that without you have no future understanding of what may even potentially happen in the market. We'll help you get started, we'll help you along the process, and we'll help you be able to do exactly what I just did here in the last 10 minutes, identify each correction, each area where new, higher amounts of volume were coming into the market, areas of consolidation, areas of low-risk entries. So I look forward to speaking with you. Again, welcome to reach out to myself, my team. There's tons of content in the links below. Let's have a conversation. Let's see if we can get you up and running. Let's see if we can help you take the next step in your trading career. I will see you in the next video, and I wish you a wonderful and blessed day.